Welcome to the Record Machine Show podcast. And now, here's your host, James Michael Hollenstein.
Welcome, music lovers. This week, we have the absolute pleasure of hosting the incredibly talented singer-songwriter Birdie Nichols. Her unique sound and undeniable passion for crafting and delivering captivating melodies have established her as a rising force in the music scene. We'll be exploring her acclaimed album, Into the West, which you can find on all major streaming platforms. But before we dive into that sonic journey, let's start with something truly special. Her enchanting track, Desert Lilies Blooming. Just listen to Desert Lilies Bloomin', and I have Birdie on the line for an interview. Birdie, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing real good.
That's good.
So where are you at today?
Still in Nashville.
Right. Okay. And now, is that where you were born and raised?
I was born and raised in Arizona, but I moved to Nashville for music about 6 years ago.
Very cool. And how you liking it so far?
Oh, I love it. Great people, great community. It's just altogether an amazing place.
Awesome. Now, what inspired you to pursue a career in music, and how did you get started?
Well, I've always loved music. Music is my passion, I would say. I did a lot of choir in church choir, and outside of church choir, I also did musical theater. I sing in church a lot too, but I did dance, but I just loved music so much that it really resonated with me.
Do you have a particular artist that inspired you to take the path of a music career?
I would say probably Johnny Cash probably inspired me the most. Dolly Parton also inspired me, as well as Marty Robbins and Alan Jackson.
Nice. Very good choices. Your latest release, Into the West, is available across all streaming services. Can you talk about that album a little bit?
Yes, of course. So I grew up in Arizona, and it is very different because, it's very different. It has like its own culture, I would say. And you learn a lot about places that you can just like go to all the time. Like the history of the West is very rich. And that that also resonated with me. So that was a major inspiration for Into the West, is the old American West, history of the American West, that I just thought it would be. Some people don't really understand what I talk about when I try to talk about like some of the American West, and that inspired the songs that I wrote for Into the West. I thought it was a way to maybe educate people on Western culture.
Cool. Now, this podcast will showcase two of your tracks, Desert Lilies Bloomin' and Golden Fields of the Sun. Can you share the stories behind these songs?
So for Desert Lilies Blooming, the desert blooms around this time, actually. And that was always a special time for me because my grandfather would come and he would visit us during this time. So that was, every time I see that, always reminds me of him. So that inspired how places can hold memories, and we go back to those places to just be in those, relive those memories again. And some people actually, again, in a way to like educate people, I guess, some people don't actually know that cacti bloom during certain times of the year. So I thought, hey, that'd be a great way to both, I guess, tell people that about this amazing mythical time in the desert, and also be able to give a message of how it's okay to relive memories that we've maybe either forgotten about or just want to be back and relive the certain memory.
And the other tune?
The Golden Fields of the Sun. I based it off of how the sun can be almost constantly shining. Like even at night, it's very bright out, especially when the moon is full. And sometimes the sun can kind of feel like it either sucks out all the color of things, but there are certain areas of like Arizona and New Mexico and other states that there are like these golden fields, like literally golden fields, and they look just incredible during the daytime. They just like kind of shimmer. And so I thought, ooh, hey, again, another way to incorporate like the West into a song about how someone is brave enough to go outside of their comfort zone and make, I guess, a better life for themselves.
How do you approach songwriting, and what do you think makes a great song?
I typically start with fiddling around on my guitar, and sometimes an interesting riff or lick will come to me, and I'm like, what goes with this? And then either words will come out of my mouth that just fit really well, or vice versa. I have words and like a melody, and I try to guide my guitar with that melody to continue writing the song. So, but I'm mainly a melody writer, but I do write lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
But I start typically with the melody. And I think a great song is a song that just hits you hard, I guess. Like, as soon as you hear it, you're like, whoa, something about this just, like, makes sense. Whether it's the lyrics make sense or, like, the melodies just sticks with you like an earworm and it can't get out of your head.
Mm-hmm.
I think that just makes up a great song.
Can you discuss any upcoming collaborations or projects that you're particularly excited about?
Ooh, well, I have been videoing some music videos out in Arizona and the surrounding states.
Mm-hmm.
That follow along and kind of give a visual for my songs for Into the West. I've released, I think, about 7 now. I just released the music video for Dutchman's Mind. I went out to they have a state park for the Lost Dutchman's Mine, and I filmed there, as well as Ghost Town that was right next door.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of gives like a good visual, so people, because sometimes it's hard to visualize when you don't it's either never been to the West or like you just can't quite grasp what I'm trying to show. So I thought the best way would to actually go out and go to these places that I'm talking about and actually show people the reality in the real place.
Nice.
And I also do have a couple of ticketed shows out in Arizona coming up in April. I'm going to be performing in Black Canyon City in the morning on the 12th. They have a kind of a festival, I guess. It's like an artisans meetup, I guess. It's very fun. It's very cute.
Mm-hmm. When are you going to make your way to Myrtle Beach?
Ooh, I don't know. I would love to. I've never actually been to Myrtle Beach.
No?
So I would love to. No, I've never been. I would love to, though, because
wow,
I would. I have family in South Carolina.
Whereabouts?
Greenville, Spartanburg.
Oh yeah, that's not that far from me. It's a couple hours,
Yeah.
but it's about 3 hours, 4 hours from me, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'm in the North Myrtle Beach area. I'll have to send you a list of venues. I have a few venues that I have contact information for. I'll email them to you later on in case you ever decide to maybe submit some music to them and see if they'd be looking to have you play there or something, you know?
Yes, totally. I would love to do that.
Yeah, why not? They do, every year they have Country Music Fest here too.
Ooh.
And they have, I think it's like for like a whole weekend. It starts on like Thursday and it goes to like Sunday or Monday. But they have like lots of acts and stuff. They have a website for it too. I'll send you the link to that website too. Maybe you can get yourself on that bill as well, you know?
Yes, please. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I think it would be pretty cool. I think you'd do pretty well down here. So
yeah, that would be epic.
Yeah. Now, can you share any insights into the role of fashion or style in the music industry and how has it influenced your own image?
Okay, so I guess my own image I base off of what I like to wear.
Mm-hmm.
I don't quite pay attention to the fashion of the other country artists, but I've always loved jeans and bell bottoms. Mm-hmm. So I wear like giant bell bottom flares. Sometimes I wear, if I'm wearing like tall boots, like up to my knee, then I wear like skinny pants. But if I'm not, then I wear giant bell bottoms. Sometimes I have snake print. I have a fair amount of snake print. I have some camo. I tend to stick with the kind of Southwest style, which is, again, snake print, because like it's a great print. I like snake print, but also kind of beadwork. I have a lot of beadwork that I've gotten from different Native Americans. I also love like cowboy boot look. I don't ride in any of the cowboy boots that I perform in. I do have my own separate riding boots, but I also have a couple like fringe. I have a fringe jacket. I have many different cowboy hats because it's just fun to differentiate. But I don't really know. I guess the cowboy hats are definitely a country music and Western music thing. So
yeah, you have like a certain look about you. Like you wear, like you said, like the flared pants and the boots and the hat. So I mean, that's definitely like a style, a fashion style, right? I mean, yeah. I mean, you're doing it for a reason, right? Because you like the way it looks, and it probably feels good. I love
the way it looks. Oh yeah. Oh, I feel like $1,000,000 when I walk out in bell bottoms and either a fringe jacket, my cowboy hat on, and like I can be like, ooh, I feel good when I wear those.
Not just sounding good. I mean, I think it's important to have a brand too, don't you think? And that's your brand.
Oh yeah, totally.
You have a look about you, and people will, remember it, not just the music.
Right. Oh, that's actually a funny story. I was going to see a friend perform, and I wore what I would normally wear. And as soon as I walked in the door, their husband was like, "Birdie," and I was like, "Oh," hey, because I didn't expect him. I was like, as soon as he saw me, he was like, "Oh, hey." I was like, "Oh, I didn't realize I would get recognized that quickly." But I was wearing my signature hat and boots, so.
Yeah, and you wear like the shirts and everything, right? So
yeah.
So that's like your brand. I mean, people will not just remember the music, but they'll remember your look as well.
Right.
Right? Now, in addition to your pursuits in writing and recording music, I understand that you have an interest in trap and skeet shooting as well as trail riding. Can you share how you became involved in these activities?
Yeah. Okay, trail riding, that one's, I guess, a little bit quicker of a story. I guess as much as I love music, out west, there's a bunch of horses. It's like almost everywhere you turn, there's a horse. And I always wanted to learn how to ride. So we went out, and my parents, I was like 6 at the time, I believe. I was small. So we found somebody to like teach me how to ride, and she had her own like acreage and farm and such, and I started learning to ride with her. And the cool thing about her was that she would actually save horses off of like a kill lot, and she would retrain them and give them new homes. So eventually I got to the point where I would help her train the horses that needed just a little bit more love than they'd been given before. And part of that was going out and trail riding in her acreage. So we would go take the horses to a certain part, and we'd ride around to kind of get them desensitized a little bit if they weren't used to outdoors as much. So, and I just really loved doing that. So I go with my horse. I ride around where he's staying now, the acreage. It's a gelding pasture, and like all the other geldings will go up and like say hi, and he's a goofball. And for trap and skeet shooting, I always did like, my dad taught me how to shoot with pistols, but I'd never shot like a shotgun before. So in high school, there was a trap and skeet team, and I was like, hey, that sounds really cool. So I went and I showed up, and I was like, I've never shot a shotgun before. It took a minute to find the right shotgun that worked for me, but it was just like so much fun. I went to a lot of different competitions. My favorite one was, well, one of my favorite ones was there was a glow clays, which is where it was 5-stand, which is where there's multiple different machines, but they go in different patterns. And you're looking out into like kind of a forest area. And it was nighttime, so it was dark, but they had UV lights on the clays, so they glowed. And when you hit them, they looked like fireworks. It was really pretty. And then I love sporting clays, which is where you kind of do different scenarios and you go around a course and they change all the time.
Very cool story.
Yeah.
I've never done skeet shooting. I go to the regular gun range once in a while. They have a range for seven range, and I shoot my pistols and stuff like that. But I've never tried that. I got to try that one day. I think they do skeet shooting in North Carolina. They have like an outdoor range and stuff where you can learn how to do that. So maybe I'll take my wife up there one weekend and we'll try that.
Yeah.
I think that would be fun.
It's so much fun. It's so much fun. It's not, I wouldn't say it's like easy, but it's easy to get into the rhythm of it. And like once you get the hang of it, you can improve easier. So
what do you use, a 22 rifle for that?
I use an over and under 12 gauge shotgun.
Oh, okay. And you don't get a little kickback with that when you fire that?
Just a little.
Yeah, well, I guess you're used to it, right?
Fine. Yes. You get used to the kickback once you shoot enough. So it's not too bad, actually. How
many guns do you own?
Oh, that is a great question. I don't have a specific number. I can tell you I have the shotgun, and one of my favorites is a 22 revolver pistol.
Nice.
That's like fashioned after old pistol in the West. So other than that, I don't really know. Those are my two favorites, though.
Awesome. Where can the listeners go to learn more about you?
Well, I have a website that is www.birdienichols.com, BIRDIE, and that gives you a description about me and I guess my life, whatever. If you want to read about that, it gives links to all my socials where you can see my life in real time. And there's links to the different streaming services that you can find my album, as well as my YouTube videos, like a link to my channel. And if you don't feel like going off my website, there are a couple snippets of me singing that you can just look at there instead.
Now, before when we were talking about shows and stuff, do you have those dates listed up on that website as well?
I do. I have a Bands in Town little pop-up that tells you my next show. And sometimes shows do come up last minute, so it doesn't always get put up there, because if it's like the day before, then it'll be on my Instagram. But otherwise, my show details will be there.
Awesome. Now, is there anything you'd like to mention that we didn't talk about today?
I guess just if you are interested in seeing visuals of my music, just go look at my YouTube videos. I think they came out fantastic. And I'm currently writing my next album. It won't come out for a while, but I'm writing the songs that will go on it and more. And I will have some music videos of just me acoustic. Before those songs get produced and released, those songs will be released on my YouTube channel. So if you want to see new music that won't be released for a little while, that will be, I haven't recorded or videoed those quite yet, but they will be coming out.
Well, Birdie, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show today. I had a great time chatting with you. I think you got some great stories and some great music, and I'm looking forward to hearing the new stuff when it comes out.
Yes, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. I had a great time talking to you as well.
Awesome. Well, like when the new stuff drops, I'd love to have you back on. Let's stay in touch, all right?
Yes, totally. It would be awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, and you enjoy the rest of your day, all right?
You as well.
All right. Take care.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye. Well, that was a lot of fun. Thank you very much, Birdie, for your time. I thoroughly enjoyed our conversation today. And to finish the show, let us play another tune off her album, Into the West. This one's titled Golden Fields of the Sun. Have a great one.
There's a town out west that's close to the sky. The people there never see the night. They mourn the stars and cry for the moon. Only colors they see are from the golden fields of the sun. In that town there lived a child who dreamt of darkness, colors, and clouds. They hope to find that mythical place where they can't see the colors of the golden fields of the sun. Oh, cloudless country, sunlit sky, you always stay the same. The colors all fade back into day in the golden fields of the sun. Every day the child would go to the edge of the fields where the wheat didn't grow. Silver sky went on for miles. Thought of new colors in the fields brought a smile. All the town would warn the young to never go past the golden fields of the sun. Monsters lurked in the darkness there. The promise of stars and moon made the young not care. Oh, cloudless country, sunlit night, you never change your face. Colors all fade back into day in the golden fields of the sun. The child grew and went to the edge. There they found the dark. They stole the moon and caught the stars to bring back to the fields. Oh, cloud-filled country, moonlit night, we get to see your light. All the day was driven away from the golden fields of the sun. The golden fields of the sun. The golden fields of the
The Record Machine Show is a weekly radio podcast produced by Jimmy Howell Productions. All rights reserved. For information regarding distribution or adding this podcast to your website, please visit our contact page at therecordmachineshow.com to submit your request. Thanks for listening. See you next time on The Record Machine Show.
The Record Machine Show.